Hi, this is Coop Dog. In response to Retro Red Steve, who said in his last video about his top 5 favourite retro bosses. I've been thinking about it, and it's getting quite late at night now at the moment. But I was thinking about it, and I thought, what the heck? I'll do a video now. And the bosses, not necessarily final bosses or anything, just top favourite bosses. Honourable mention does go out to the Grim Reaper or Death from Wonder Boy and Monsterland, which Retro Red Steve mentioned in his video as one of his favourites. Iconic theme music, the first boss you come across, and just set the standard for the rest of the game, I suppose. Well, mine, they're fairly similar in style, some of my favourite bosses, but the one that I'm going to show you first, in number 5, is from the game Starwing, or Star Fox as it's known in America, and it's Andross. And as you can see, that's part of his form. He transforms into a demon type thing, but all it is it's an anthro monkey that has got telekinesis and uses the blocks to sort of fire at the ships. I know my favourite games are usually beat 'em ups, but I must admit I loved Star Fox or Starwing, as we know it over in Britain. Brilliant game. For its time, graphics were unbelievable. But Andross, as soon as you go into that place, you pass the levels, and come face to face with that, you know you're in for a fight. So that's number 5 out of my top 5. The next one is one that was mentioned by Retro Red Steve, and I liked it, but I like this version better than the Championship Edition, which he mentioned, and that's M. Bison from the Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. Along with his Psycho Crusher, he has the Head Stomp, which I know annoys a lot of people, but then also, as you just seen there, his Scissors Kick, where he flips over and slices. He was a tough boss in the Championship Edition with his with the added speed and the added flip kick, the Scissors Kick. He was really hard work. As you see, one of his favourite moves, the flip kick, the scissors. So that is number 4. Number 5, number 3 then is from another beat 'em up, and it's that boss, Shao Kahn. I could have gone with Goro from Mortal Kombat 2, or Kintaro from Mortal Kombat 2, or Goro from Mortal Kombat 1. My head's in a shed, long day. But I went with this guy, Shao Kahn, because he was the first round, you think you've beat him. The second and third round, he just goes nuts. Hits you with spears, hits you with his hammer, shoulder barges, taunts you every so often, just points his finger and just says, "You weak, pathetic fool." When you first fight him, he was hard, and he, just like M. Bison in the different games that come after, he was still a tough character to face. So Shao Kahn, that is number 3 in my top 5. Probably not in any particular order, but these are my 5 favourite bosses. The second one, I couldn't really separate these guys. but it was from one of my favourite franchises, and I spoke about the game before, and it's Rocksteady and Bebop. So if I fast forward it to when they come out, the first one you face is Rocksteady when he comes up in that burning building in the corkscrew machine. Then you take on Bebop in the junkyard, and then you got to take on the two of them on level 3. As soon as you hear that music kick in, and you know you're gonna fight, they're my classic 2 that I like. Unbelievable game, as I mentioned before. Brilliant characters, and I think, level 1, level 2, and level 3 easy bosses, but still they set up for the rest of the game. The other bosses were okay, with Baxter Stockman. Shredder was your generic tough guy, but these two added the character to a classic arcade game. So Rocksteady and Bebop are number 2 in my list. And number 1 in my list, and I apologise to all those who've got the fear of clowns, but it's from The Simpsons, and there was multiple bosses on The Simpsons I could have picked, but it has to be the second boss on The Simpsons arcade, that fella. The Balloon Krusty Clown. Krusty the Clown, obviously a big character in it, but the balloon, just the eyes, when he comes up from the back of the scenery onto the screen, just bounces onto you, drops the bombs. The music, the creepy music that accompanies it, is just crazy. And like I say, once you've beaten it, it goes to the front of the screen, blows up, and it's Waylon Smithers in there, and they all fall down. And there you are. That's the number 1. Totally freaky, totally unbelievable. I know 2 of the games bosses is very similar, like with the Turtles and Simpsons, and Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. But the Star Fox Andross, again, the bosses sort of just got to shoot out to the screen to you, and those are the bosses that I thought were my favourites. There's loads of others out there, but these are the 5 that I was thinking about, thinking of doing, and there you have it. So thank you very much.